everyone, Julian here today. I'm going to be explaining to you why using presets is not cheating. A lot of people talk about this online, and today I'm going to be finally dispelling the myths and explaining to you why it really isn't. You know, there's a lot of good reasons, and if you stick around to the end, you will understand and be convinced. Plus, you'll learn some very important stuff that's going to help you make the best music of your life. Also, if you want to make the best music of your life, the link to all my samples and templates and all that stuff for producers is at the top of the description on my website. Definitely go grab some stuff there. It really helps support me, guys, if you enjoy these videos. Plus, it's something you can do right now to make the best tracks of your life. Links at the top of the description. Thanks for the support, and let's dive in. Alright, so the first reason why using presets and samples and loops for that matter is not cheating is simply you still have to do something cool with it, right? You know, you could have the coolest sound in the world, you could have the best synth in the world, you could have the best sample pack, the best preset pack, whatever it might be, but if you don't know what to do with it, you're still kind of stuck. And I'm sure we've all been there, right? Like when you first started producing probably, or if you're very new to producing right now while watching this, you know, you've probably tried that, like downloaded some sounds that you thought were really, really good, or maybe a preset pack or a plugin that you thought was going to save you. And the truth is, you know, even if you have the best stuff, you still have to know what to do with it, right? And that's why I think these templates and stuff that I put together on my website are really good, is because, you know, it gives you all that in one place so you know what to do with it. But yeah, so it's like, you know, just because you have a collection of really, really good bass sounds, for example, doesn't always mean you're going to be able to make just a great drum and bass drop out of nowhere like that, right? So, you know, it doesn't always just come down to having the preset or having that sound at your fingertips. You also have to be able to do something cool with it. You still have to understand music theory. You still have to understand how this stuff fits into a track. You know, all of that is still just as important. It's not just having the sound. You still have to do something cool with it. And that also kind of goes into my next point, which is like, you can always tweak the preset, and oftentimes to make it fit into your track, you're gonna have to, right? You know, a lot of times, like, I found presets that were really cool, maybe for like a lead or a synth pluck or something like that, but maybe like the release was a little bit too long, or it wasn't long enough, or maybe it was like a little bit, you know, the filter was a little bit lower than I wanted it to be. So it's like, a lot of times, you know, when we're working with presets, I think this idea that you shouldn't use any presets is coming from like, oh, well, you're going to just use the preset exactly as it is. But the truth is, you know, most times you're going to end up tweaking them. You're going to end up doing a lot to it, and you're going to have to make it fit into your track. Even if it's just one little tweak, a lot of times that can make a world of difference. And now it's gone from being that preset into being something else. And again, a lot of this comes back to that sort of like fantasy idea that, oh, you know, you have to use it exactly as it is in the preset pack. And the truth is, like, man, you know, a lot of times these things just start out as kind of like the first puzzle piece, right? And then you can go and put it into the puzzle yourself and maybe make it fit a little bit better. And yeah, so I think the other thing with that, and kind of like my third point here, is like, it's not just about taking the easy way out and just getting a pack of presets and it's just, you're ready to go, your whole sound design is all set up. No, it's not about that. It's about inspiration. And this is why, really, the key, why presets and using them doesn't matter, is it's about random inspiration. When you scroll through a preset pack, you get sounds on your synthesizer right there available to work with that you never would have come up with on your own, because they were come up with by someone else in a different session with a different mindset, all of that. And that is extremely powerful. You know, if you really understand production and you really understand just kind of like making art in general, you know, beyond music, it really is a lot more about like happy accidents, you know, random inspiration coming to you that you didn't expect, having something at your fingertips that maybe you didn't fully expect. And it's not always just like, oh, I have this exact thought in my head, I'm going to put it in the synth and then it's going to sound great. That's not how making art works. And people that try to make, again, this isn't just music, people that try to make art in general in that way, film, paintings, music, anything like that, you know, poetry, they tend to make, pretty insular stuff and stuff that's like not really that inspired, right? Because it's just kind of coming from the same source over and over. I think a real artist is somebody that takes inspiration from all these different sources, whether it may be a preset pack, whether it may be a poem that whatever it could be, right, that inspires you. You take those random inspirations and you create something out of those. An artist is not just a person that's just a genius that just, oh my god, every time I think of a synth patch, it's like perfect and it's exactly what it should be and it sounds great in the song. Nah, man, an artist is somebody that takes inspiration from what's around them and builds that into something and channels that into something. And, the idea that you should never use presets doesn't really fit with that, right? And I think the idea that you should never use presets is being spewed by people that don't really get this, right? Like, oftentimes they haven't really done it for themselves. They haven't had that experience, and they just kind of think producing is one thing in a very closed-minded way. And I implore you guys to open your minds beyond this and see what's out there. I think if you open your mind to using presets and samples and stuff like that, you're going to make a lot cooler tracks, a lot more random inspiration is going to come to you, and ultimately, you're just going to have a more interesting time making music. So yeah, that's going to be it for this one, guys. Like I said, make sure to like this video as well as subscribe and let me know what you think of this video in the comments. You can get all of my samples, presets, MIDI, project files, all that stuff at the top of the description on my website. Definitely go grab that. It really helps support me. Plus, like I said in this video, guys, it'll give you a bunch of awesome inspiration to make the best tracks of your life and be the greatest artist you've ever been. Thanks for the support, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow with another video.